Because he is trying to get attention, he's trying to stay in the limelight and keep in the public eye, or is he
what I want to do is do you some serious damage. Are you hearing me, you pig? So get plenty of steroids and juice down you, mate, because I will fight you tomorrow, today, anytime.
Careful about what he's saying and when he was saying it, but then in hindsight he's thinking shit.
Carl Froch hits back at John Fury over doping claims following a savage workout video, and he completely unloads on the Fury elder for spreading around what he believes are reckless, groundless allegations. Froch makes it known he's grown tired of the chatter, blaming John Fury for hunting attention and holding on to the spotlight. In Froch's mind, the doping rumor isn't only false, it's humiliating.
But either way, if I'm totally honest, I'm getting fucking sick of it. I'm really just...
But Froch wasn't done there because the Cobra still had plenty left to reveal about John Fury's intentions. He blasted the Fury elder for running sly tricks, suggesting this revolved around profit and leverage instead of true combat. Froch made it known he's grown tired of the messing around and won't allow anyone pulling him into immature behavior.
On the back of a bigger offer, so he might be trying to be sneaky and put himself in a better financial position. But either way, I don't like the piss.
John Fury keeps raising the pressure, hurling out a full-blown warning as he insists he'll cause real harm to Carl Froch. He laces his rant with a sharp doping jab, calling Froch a waster, but it feels more frantic than frightening. Fury's remarks are loud, but Froch's history and standing make it clear that hollow warnings won't intimidate the Cobra.
You for free, not box you, fight you for free. I've got fame, I've got money, I've got enough. But what I want to do is do you some serious damage. Are you hearing me, you pig? So get plenty of steroids and juice down you, mate, because I will fight you.
The fight world doesn't hold back when portraying Carl Froch's supremacy, emphasizing his elite ability, prime endurance, and unexpected frame. Froch appears as a warrior who demands respect in every moment. Even Eddie Hearn admits he's the guy you want beside you when moments turn dangerous. Froch's legacy isn't built from noise. It's forged through victories, fear, and pure presence within and beyond the ring.
Genuine, world champion level fighter, and he's actually bigger than you'd think, right, when you meet him. He's a lot younger than John, and his peak was outrageously good, right? And he's kept himself in shape. And even now, I remember having a chat with Eddie Hearn, about what fighter you've met is the toughest fighter. And he said to me, if I'm ever in a bit of bother, the man I want standing next to me at a pub or whatever is Carl.
Johnny Nelson describes Carl Froch as the ultimate truth teller, slicing through every distraction with fearless honesty. Froch doesn't need to promote himself or hunt headlines. A single fierce remark is enough to capture attention. Nelson explains that this belief and composure make him threatening because he never steps aside even when challenged. Froch's words carry power, and now they prepare the scene for a clash that could completely embarrass John Fury.
To get everybody's attention, and then he didn't need to do any more because that's what everybody's talking about. I think Carl is a straight shooter. So.
Dominic Ingley makes it clear Carl Froch wouldn't yield to anyone, but John Fury, his all show. While Froch entered bouts with talent and bravery, Fury depends on posing and threats. Froch's history proves he can excel in the ring without fanfare, while Fury's swagger is mere illusion. This is exactly why Froch sees straight through the elder's bluff.
Oh yeah, he would fight anybody, but that doesn't mean he was going to beat everybody, but he'd never turn the fight down and he would never back away. And he wouldn't even train for fights.
Johnny Nelson shines a light on the human side of fighters, but John Fury's responses reveal he can't keep his temper in check. Unlike Froch, who lets technique and accuracy do the talking, Fury's drama is driven more by pride than talent. Nelson suggests that if Fury truly had control and focus, he might gain respect. But for now, his exaggerated public rage only shows him as a paper tiger.
Let's just forget the human. We're human, so you're going to get human behavior, human reaction. That's how it is. And I'm quite sure if JJ had somebody like his pops to get in front of the camera and show how...
Duke McKenzie reveals a simple truth. Froch fights with intent, ability, and experience backing him. While John Fury leans on showmanship and profit-fueled threats, Froch excels when the pressure is real. Fury displays force only if money's involved. This lays bare Fury's frailty without fanfare or cash. Is hardly threatening. Froch's legacy places him beyond reach compared to Fury's hollow boasting.
And then there's Froch, who's been paid to fight. He's used to getting money for knocking guys out. I'm sure if they put enough noughts in front of Carl Froch, then he might rise to it. But he ain't going to rise to it if there's no money on the table, if there's no end goal. If you want to punch up, you can go out in the street and have that.
Carl Froch makes it brutally clear that John Fury is outmatched. Froch isn't merely stepping up to fight. He's demanding proof that Fury could even survive a few minutes without folding. His words peel away all the theatrics, revealing Fury's threats as hollow bluster. The Cobra's challenge isn't just physical. It's a public shaming, exposing Fury's lack of true skill and stamina. Froch's confidence, talent, and keen mind shine bright, showing the Fury elder that posing and loud talk won't hold against a proven world champion poised to exploit every flaw.
But you've got to do a job on them. You've got to show me, like I said, that you can even stay on your feet for 3 minutes or 2-minute rounds, whatever it is.
Fury steps up, insisting he won't back down and tossing around his usual profit-driven reasoning. He paints this as a business deal rather than a true fight, proving once again that his confidence is all show. Froch sees right through it. Fury speaks of fame and cash, not skill or grit. The Cobra doesn't need hype. He has experience, belts, and ruthless precision. While Fury brags about money and public image, Froch stays calm, knowing this is more noise than action. The difference couldn't be sharper. One is a ring legend, the other a brash performer leaning on theatrics.
My friend, I know nobody else either on this planet. If it makes business sense, but them other people don't generate any money, but you do. Next world champion, people still love you.
Joe Egan doesn't hold back. Carl Froch would completely crush John Fury if the match ever took place. Egan portrays Fury as nothing more than a bully, leaning on intimidation over true skill. In contrast, Froch is a Hall of Famer with a history of defeating elite fighters, showing mastery and mental toughness. Fury's threats and bluster collapse against Froch's proven record. Every punch, every tactic, and every round Froch has faced proves is far superior to Fury in skill and legacy. Egan's verdict is clear. Fury can bark all he wants, but in the ring with the Cobra, he's finished.
I watched Carl Froch getting knocked down by George Groves. He was gone. Carl Froch has an incredible will to win. The fights that he's had with the great champions, and he's come out of the sport intact. For John Fury to be calling out Carl Froch on his opinion, because Carl Froch is entitled to give his opinion in boxing. If you can't have freedom of speech, what was the point of these men and women dying in the world wars, giving their lives in vain?
What do you think would actually happen if John Fury and Carl Froch, as he is,
Carl Froch could stand there and say to John, I'll give you 2 free shots, John. Hit me with your right hand and hit me with your left.
And Taylor gets straight to it, laying out the realistic fight scenario. While what IFS are tempting, she confirms what everyone watching already senses. Carl Froch versus John Fury is the only match that adds up. Froch's experience, talent, and legacy as a multiple-time world champion make him the obvious favorite. Fury may have swagger and presence, but Taylor notes that in true skill and execution, Froch's credentials reign supreme. She frames the bout as serious business, stressing that Froch wouldn't waste time on theatrics. He enters the ring only to assert dominance and teach lessons to anyone who underestimates him.
I'd like to say yes. If it is going to happen, I'd like to be the one to make it happen. But we'll see.
What would you say is more realistic? Carl Froch versus John Fury or Carl Froch versus Darren Till?
John Fury versus Carl Froch.
Joe Egan pulls no punches, laying bare John Fury's bluff. Fury's claims of toughness fall apart under scrutiny as Egan points out his avoidance of a real fight. Labeling Fury a fake hard man, Egan shows he leans on intimidation and spectacle, not skill or bravery. Froch, in contrast, stays calm, ready, and proven in the ring. Every threat Fury hurls only highlights how outmatched he truly is. Egan's words cut through the hype, proving Froch doesn't just surpass Fury physically. He reveals Fury's lack of credibility and refusal to face a genuine world-class fighter head-on.
Because he called me a fake and a fraud, fake hard man. I will show him how much of a fake hard man I am. He's the one that's shying away from the...
Eddie Hearn highlights just how fragile John Fury's bravado is when up against a real fighter like Carl Froch, suggesting Fury would be flawed instantly if he dared to step into Froch's space. Hearn stresses that Fury's threats only land because no one has seen him face a true contender. The contrast is clear. Froch thrives under pressure, relying on skill, strategy, and experience, while Fury leans on spectacle and loud antics. Hearn makes it plain Fury's intimidation crumbles before someone who knows how to fight the Cobra. Fury's theatrics mean nothing, and the ring would reveal every flaw he hides behind ego and noise.
Away from each other.
If John Fury stuck it on Carl Froch in his space, I think he would chin him immediately.
Really? Even live on Netflix?
Yes. Because these guys, they don't allow...
Adam Smith lays bare the simmering tension between Carl Froch and John Fury, noting that the conflict began when Froch called out the Furies on his channel. Smith makes it clear that while Froch isn't dodging a fight, John Fury reacts from ego, not ability. The Cobra thrives on precision, experience, and pure ring intelligence, while Fury leans on showmanship and posturing. Smith observes that their exchanges, especially on the Cobs, have an entertainment side, but the real edge belongs to Froch. John Fury may relish the drama, but Froch's legacy, belts, and steady professionalism lay bare Fury's weaknesses. Every word Froch utters chips away at Fury's credibility.
Having a go at the Furies, probably over his time on his channel, maybe, I'm guessing, and John didn't like that and wants to have a fight with him, something like that.
It was something like that. I don't think he was still necessarily turning down a fight.
What I do know is that John Fury and Carl Froch on the cobbles will be fun. I think they're both.
Liam Gough points out just how obvious John Fury's approach is. While Fury throws around big talk about facing Froch, it's always conditional. He needs the money to make it worth his time. Froch, by contrast, takes it seriously, even suggesting charity as a possible outcome. This contrast reveals a stark difference. Froch fights for legacy and pride. Fury fights for show and cash. Gough stresses that Froch's repeated challenges and past mentions of Fury prove he won't be intimidated. Fury's hesitation and focus on money make him seem weak and opportunistic, while Froch's steady professionalism and skill show he's the true threat in any matchup.
John Fury was doing that and goading Carl Froch, and I know John Fury doesn't like Carl Froch. Carl Froch mentions him, although I haven't really watched much of Carl Froch's videos lately. But Carl Froch, I know, has mentioned John Fury in the past. He's had a go with John Fury. They actually talked about having an actual, was it an exhibition or a boxing type match? And John Fury, any man, any time, was saying words to the effect of, "Oh, I'll fight you, Carl Froch, but the money has to be right." And Carl Froch basically said, "Alright, well, if we arrange payment, it can go to..."
Carl Froch doesn't hold back, delivering a harsh reality check to John Fury. Froch tears apart Fury's illusions, pointing out his age, lack of conditioning, and total unreadiness for anything resembling a real fight. As a four-time world champion and Hall of Famer, Froch has faced top-tier opponents on the grandest stages, including Wembley Stadium before 880,000 fans. He's not hyping himself. He's stating facts. Fury's posturing and blustery threats are revealed as laughable against Froch's legacy, skill, and discipline. Every grudge match Froch has fought shows he excels under pressure, while Fury leans on ego-fueled theatrics. This clip doesn't just mock Fury. It solidifies Froch as the dominant, untouchable force, turning all Fury's bravado into empty noise.
What makes you think we can fill the Wembley Stadium? Me and you. Listen, you're 59 years old. You're obviously not in shape. I'm Carl Froch, the Cobra, Hall of Famer, 4 times world champ. I don't talk about it much, but I once boxed at Wembley Stadium in front of 80,000 people, and it was a big grudge match between 2 top world level athletes.
Davies gives an insider view that further exposes John Fury's weaknesses. While Fury portrays himself as fearless and ready for any confrontation, his aggression is largely driven by his obsession with his son's careers. Davies notes that Fury reacts emotionally rather than strategically, making him predictable and exposed when facing someone like Carl Froch. Froch, by contrast, handles every encounter with calm precision, experience, and tactical insight. Where Fury rants, Froch calculates. This contrast reveals Fury's over-reliance on ego and showmanship, making him loud but ineffective. Whenever Fury feels challenged or slighted, his actions show a man more focused on spectacle than real fighting. Froch's reputation and legacy render him untouchable, and Fury's outbursts only underline that gap.
What John does, he's very, very, very passionate around his sons when they're fighting, and it gets something out of him. I spoke to him, literally face to face, and I said, well, what is upset? He said, I don't want people calling me out because I'll take any man on. Yeah. you know the comments.
Yeah.
My guy.
Pain completely tears apart John Fury's absurd antics, revealing just how desperate and ridiculous he appears in public. While most parents share moments or pictures of their children with pride, Fury opts for bizarre, over-the-top theatrics that make him look more like a sideshow than a respected figure in boxing. His fixation on showing off and constantly citing his son's achievements only exposes insecurity and a craving for attention. Compared to Carl Froch, who earns respect through skill, legacy, and professionalism, Fury's actions scream immaturity and ego-fueled posturing. Every stunt, every exaggerated display reinforces Froch's superiority, both in the ring and in public opinion. Fury's theatrics are laughable, while Froch's calm authority speaks volumes about true credibility and class.
Father of the king of the world. I think he's referring to Tyson Fury. You know, when you have kids, you know, most people, when they want to talk about their children, they might pull their mobile phone out and show a few pictures. Big John just shows you his balls. That's where they came from. If there's anyone who needs a Manscaped advert, it's fucking John.
The stage is set, and the contrast couldn't be sharper. Carl Froch, the Cobra, brings unmatched experience, discipline, and a legacy of dismantling the very best in the world. Meanwhile, John Fury leans on showmanship, ego, and empty threats. Every word, every stunt, every public display from Fury only highlights how far out of his depth he truly is. Froch doesn't need hype. His record, skill, and cold precision speak volumes. If Froch wins, it's a masterclass in experience and dominance, proving once again why legends remain untouchable. If Fury somehow shocks the world, it would be the ultimate upset. But the smarter, calmer, and better prepared fighter clearly holds the advantage. So, who are you backing? Froch's calculated brutality or Fury's ego-driven theatrics? Drop your thoughts below.